Hello, this is Nintu bringing you another audio commentary. These games, and I say these because I edited it so I can fit 2 games into one YouTube upload. These games are an experiment that I've been doing lately. I've done it twice so far, and these are the games. And if you've clicked on this video, then you already know what this is about. This is about Valkyries. I'm trying to have fun with Valkyries, but also make them viable, and that is known to be quite a difficult task, considering how expensive and how far up the tech tree they are. But after seeing Boxer use them, I got inspired, so I decided to give it a go. And though I'm using it very differently than Boxer did, I'm using them nonetheless. This first game is against, both of them are on Blue Storm. This first game is against, this is of course Terran versus Zerg. I don't know why you'd get them in versus Protoss, that's ridiculous. This first game is against a C- Zerg, currently D+, and here it is, Fast Armory. The second the fact is done, you expand off 1 Rex as standard, which kind of makes it difficult to scout, because you're just kind of doing 1 Rex expand anyway. Get an early gas on both, get a Fast Armory, get those add-ons immediately, and then get +1 weapons immediately for Valkyries. Now this was, like, I did it twice, so I'm still refining my build. I even cancelled a barracks during this because I was just trying to get everything nice and exact, experimenting, but I had some pretty hilarious but also pretty interesting results with these, so I decided to make a video about it. So once they're out, I'm going to treat this a lot like Protoss versus Zerg. I treat them like Corsairs. I'm going to use one to scout, and I'm going to use one to look for overlords at this point. Of course, it's revealed both times in both of these videos my build was scouted, so they're prepared. Here he's got Hydras. Here the cooldown, you can't move as it's shooting. I know a lot of you people know that. I didn't really, and so that kind of sucked, but I'm going to use them a bit better from now on. So obviously there's an attack animation that you have to look out for. So here I'm going to try and snipe overlords, and what I'm going to end up doing is Valkyrie tank, because he clearly went Hydralisks, and you know, to counter that, tanks, right? I mean, it's a pretty obvious thing there. I cloned to look for the other expos and look for overlords there. I'm taking an early third because he's kept in his base trying to defend his overlords at this point, killing some overlords, harassing, stuff like that. As that's happening and putting up a third, I could use the extra minerals, though this is a very gas-hungry build. If I were to do this again, maybe I'd take top left immediately instead of the mineral only. Here I'm doing a little bit more harass, scout. You can see everything he's doing, killing some overlords. My +1 is done by this time and has been for a while. I probably got +1 for tanks rolling and +1 defense for air units, armor for air units rather, and that will make the Hydralisks do less, obviously, which is pretty cool. Here I'm setting up just this giant tank line. I've got quite a lot of Valkyries at this point, trying to hit his natural here. I found a group of his overlords which are randomly clumped up, which was a big mistake, and within 2 seconds they're all gone. He's, you know, it's a lot of his money down the drain. It's, you know, it's just excellent. During this is happening, you know, my third is up. I'm going to put up a third factory. I've got tons of minerals because, you know, everything I'm doing is gas, so I'm going to put up a few more racks, trying to adapt to what my resource looked like. Here he had a big attack and kind of took out my middle contain, though I saved a few units. I'm just harassing a little bit more. We kind of traded army for army, so I sacrificed a few Valkyries to kill overlords so he couldn't replenish his Hydralisk army. That was why I was kind of a little bit more ballsy there with my Valkyrie usage. I really wanted to stop him from getting an army anytime soon, so lots of harass. He's got Defilers out at this point. Defiler's not the best thing to use here. This heavy tank build, you're pretty much just going tank. Though I do have stim now. It was a really late stim, but I did get it. You know, you're immune to Dark Swarm, and this player, obviously not used to Valkyrie, or not used to tanks against Dark Swarm, doesn't realize how effective tanks are under Dark Swarm, and that was just completely useless for him, and lost his entire army. And that's really what you're going for with a build like this, is they're going to be playing so out of book, they don't really know how to play. I brought SCVs along to repair the tanks that got plagued. And here, I mean, that is many tanks, so there's very little you can do at this point. keep up Valkyrie production. I want to just keep taking out overlords. The beauty of Valkyries is that, Zerg has to make overlords no matter how late game they get. They'll just always need overlords, which make Valkyries a very, very, well, I don't want to say very, maybe not cost effective, but a very interesting and effective unit, because as long as you can continue to take overlords, you can build them throughout the entire game and constantly do this. I mean, the counter, I would say, to this kind of build is a lot of Zerglings, but I know he's going to be suffering minerals building all these overlords, so I really don't know how many Zerglings he can make. Plus tanks are just going to destroy them anyway, so I don't know. I thought this was pretty ridiculous and very effective. I've got like 2-1 for Valks at this point, and like +2 attack for tanks, and it's just ridiculous at this point. Keep up your macro. I've got all the gases on my side of the map, which is nice. I saw him hive up, so obviously we have Ultralisks. I did scan them, so I saw they were down here. And so here I'm just kind of trying to trap them and attack them and force him to lose them. At this point in the game, I'm just trying to, end it. I've got the huge advantage here, is just a lot of tanks. And just keep those 3 facts. This is all 3 facts. If I were to do it again, I could put up more facts easily and get more tanks faster, but this was all that I really needed. And here he comes in thinking, oh, I guess he didn't know how many tanks I have. I mean, he doesn't have obs, right? So here he comes in and he's just like, wow, what the I mean, that's just ridiculous. He says Raffle and he quits. So that was the second game I played, but I featured it first in the video. I just think that's an interesting build. Now here I do Valkyrie bioships. This was against a Zerg. Here he's trying to take that to revive his drone, but I just take it. I needed the gas anyway, so I decided to take it. It was more just like a cute move that I decided to do. Not really anything effective, considering he can use the other geyser to revive his drone. This game, so this is a Zerg. So he's good. He scouted me as well, so he knows. I'm got to defend for the mutts, and he's ready. He's got a Scourge ready, which can, because he's a good player. He understands, but still, he's still playing out of book because he's not used. No one's used to fighting against Valkyries. Not even. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So here I scout lurkers and lane coming. He's playing standard. He's playing rather intelligently, but still not used to. I have +1 there, so like my Valkyrie is just destroying those Mutalisks, even though I only have like 2 there. So here he does a lurker contain. I don't even have range yet for bio. This was the first game I played using Valkyries, so I was very out of book here, trying to learn and experiment this build. Here I realize he's got total map control, so I'm going to go for a very Protoss style here and go like Sair Reaver, except with Valkyrie dropship. The Valkyries, once you get a good amount, kind of like a Corsair critical mass, will destroy, though, watch this. Though he has lots of Scourge ready, it just takes, with the +2 or so attack on Valks, it just takes like 1 or 2 explosions and they're all dead, right? He's like, WTF. So here I go, escorting my dropships here. I just think this is really comical, but it ends up actually being ridiculously effective. Here, he was relying on Scourge as his only air defense. He's got Scourge coming. Watch me target the Scourge here. He aims for the dropships. Just kite the Scourge with the dropship here. Kite the Scourge, and then target the Scourge with the Valkyrie. Here it comes. Just kite it, and you're fine. Now drop it in his main. You got a good drop going. Kill all the overlords. He cannot make units now. He's just lost too many overlords. And, I mean, he's trying to react. He's trying to think, okay, my main's under attack. I don't have enough overlords. What's going on? I've never seen this before, right? Here he's got a lurker coming. Just scan, kill it. You're fine. His lurkers were busy, outside my base, so he was definitely not prepared for this. Keep killing overlords. Keep producing units. He goes for a counter here. Takes out my natural. I've got so many Valkyries at this point, it's hilarious. Anyway, I took out all his tech. I lift my natural. I don't really need it at this point. And then he kind of moves in. I did it 2 times speed to fit on YouTube, as you can kind of see what happens here. I just defended fine. Kill all his tech. I found the base where he's remaking his tech. Before losing his hive, he did remake it. I clone all my Valkyries to find every base and overlord on the map. Set up my natural again, and here I put them, just finish off the tech, and found where he's remaking his tech. I want to get rid of that, so just go back up. His Spire's dead. He's got no Scourge. Gonna drop there, and he's lost all his tech, and I'm doing fine. So he GG's. So that's my build. I'm gonna keep experimenting with it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. that's it. So, I guess if you have any comments, let me know.